Hello and welcome to the Freedom Speak podcast, the mouthpiece for Freedom Speak International, an organization built for and by the immigrant communities in Canada to articulate and amplify issues that matter to us. Today, we are privileged to host an author, an immigrant in Canada who is doing great work promoting the cause for her country, Sudan, and writing. Welcome to the studio and go right ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Wanga and Freedom podcast. I am so happy and pleased that I'm with you. My name is Eiman Abudamir, and we newcomer to Canada. Single mom for 3 boys. I evacuated war in Sudan, and here we are.
Thank you for that very brief introduction. When did you come to Canada, Oman?
Eiman came to Canada at May 2023.
Oh, I see. Would you just give me a little background? Under what circumstances have you found yourself here?
When we came to Canada, it was on sudden, actually, on 28th day in Sudan war, which started on April. One of my late husband friends called me that on behalf of my family, he wrote to the Canadian government who were responsible to evacuate the Canadian Sudanese from Sudan at that time. He wrote to them saying that family of a late payer trapped in a war, and he didn't want to hire my expectation, and then he will not find any response. So he did the initiative by himself, and then when he get the result by the government agreed to evacuate us, he called me at the middle of the night saying that, hey man, how are you? You and your kids are going to evacuate Sudan. So my first response saying that, when? And he said, after 6 hours. And I said, oh my God, I can't leave my parents and my family, my siblings, my friends and neighbors. This is betraying them. So, and he said, if we have the decision to take the kids because you are adult and this is your decision, and I honor it and everything, but what about the kids? Are they able to take the decision to stay on a war while God gave them this opportunity? And at that moment marked my life before and after.
Okay.
I took the decision, yeah. I took the decision in 4 or 5 hours. We collect only our papers and saying goodbye to my beloved family and took the road. We took the road to come to Canada.
I hear you. So are you Canadian? Were you already Canadian when you were back in Sudan?
No.
I see. Yeah.
I'm a wife of Sudanese Canadian.
I see.
Okay.
I understand.
I'm a wife of Sudanese Canadian.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I was so happy staying in Sudan, supporting vulnerable people, advocating for human rights, women's rights, and I was doing just good.
May I ask where you were when the war broke out? In which part of Sudan were you? So I was asking you, could you tell us where were you when the war broke out this time round? Where exactly in Sudan?
I was in the capital, in Khartoum capital, in a city called Durman. It's the historical city of Sudan. Yeah.
I see. I see.
Yeah, as you know that Sudan capital has 3 major cities. Khartoum Bahri, Khartoum, and then Durman. So I was in Durman.
I see. And you said you do humanitarian work while you are there. What kind of work
I do
you
development work. Yeah. I was advocating for democracy, justice, especially the transitional justice. I was raising awarenesses. Vulnerable camps, vulnerable people camps, women survived conflict areas and systematic rape. Yeah, that's what I was doing.
I hear you. Now, we are seeing some very disturbing images coming from Sudan. And there was a question that I was going to put to you, because I feel like a lot of us in the outside world don't seem to understand exactly what is happening in Sudan and where it is happening. There is conversations about South Sudan. Is it which part of Sudan this is? And the reason I'm asking that is because I hear a lot with commentary people saying, when you say Sudan, you imagine one big country where conflict is happening. but this conflict is happening in a particular region. And then therefore the lens that we're looking at it from is too wide, and it needs to be more focused and more narrow to be able to decide, or to know how best that people can help. Could you clarify?
Yeah, I can, before clarifying this particular point, that will
Mhm.
take us to a historical,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
historical
Be
information.
as brief
That
as possible. Yeah.
yes, as brief as possible. After the colonization and Sudan gained their independence, the independency, there is a civil war. The heritage happened that there is civil war between the northern Sudan and the southern Sudan. That it spent like 30, 40 years, and then in 2009, South Sudan gained their independence and became their own country. Yeah. Here in northern Sudan, 2003, in the western of Sudan, civil war happened, and a lot of people suffered and became IDPs and refugees and lost their villages and houses,
Right.
which is very rich region, by the way. So that from 2003 up to now. But the war happened in April 2023, happened in whole Sudan. It started on the capital and
Mhm.
went. Forgive me, I am under the weather.
It's okay. It's understood. It's all
Yeah,
right. Mhm.
yeah. So what happened that that the capital been under the war, and then the war escalated and went everywhere. It went to the north, it went to eastern Sudan, it went to middle Sudan. Now, last month, the most affected part was the eastern Sudan, as people been burned, literally burned. I'm not just using the word. It
I'm
literally
sorry about
burned
that.
and turned to have, and everything happened. Very, very, the fear everywhere.
I'm particularly concerned about the women and the children. We have seen very disturbing images about the women and children. And so that brings me to the question about your concerns for the safety of your family. And I would like to send support for the people of Sudan that may be listening to this, that we are here, we are watching what is happening, and we empathize and we support their struggle, and we hope for peace. Feel comforted, if it is any comfort, that those of us who are listening and watching what is happening, we want peace for Sudan. We want security for the women and children. We want food, and we want a stop to the humanitarian crisis that is unfolding in Sudan. And yes, we do want the world to pay more attention to what is happening in Sudan.
Yes, international world silences to the genocides happening in Sudan, and this is make us wonder why. And the very principal request that we need now is to stop war in the Sudan. Stop the war in Sudan. People need safety.
That's right.
Yeah, people need humanitarian support. People need treatment. The people who did not died because of the gun and the burning and everything, they dying now because of fevers, because of hunger. They facing hunger. High ratio of children death happening now because they facing acute hunger. So I don't know, for now we are in our third year. What's the international community waiting? What they are waiting? People displaced, burned, killed, facing sickness and diseases. So what's happening? What is next?
Yeah, that is a question that is on everyone's mind. But as a Sudanese, but that is your country, your family is there, and relatives are there. Maybe your children and your husband are here, and you're in relative safety. But what would you like to tell actually the international community about what is happening in Sudan right now?
What is happening in Sudan right now is terrific.
What would you like to tell the international community right now to do in as far as the people of Sudan are concerned? Your urgent request to them.
My urgent request that it should go at the petition an international request for the UN and the neighboring country to stop war in Sudan, and for the countries who are now providing army and the militia to stop providing them with army, with guns.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, what's happening now is against humanity.
Humanitarian laws, yes.
Yeah, yes. This is let UAE, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, they should stop providing both of the militia and the army with the guns and weapons because they are killing other human beings. So this is the urgent request that to stop war. And then we need from the audience to read about Sudan, to write about Sudan in Facebook, in social media. People don't know about what's happening in Sudan.
Right. Yes, and you are doing something about that, actually. You told me you're writing a book, so tell me more about the story that you want to tell.
Yes. If I may, before talking about my book, I want to talk about the horror happened in Sudan and the lived fears there. You know that on October, we witnessed and we celebrated Halloween in Canada. Yes. And that took me to the story, if I may read it to your audience.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, I would love to hear it. And I know our audience would love to hear it too.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
In the dialectic of safety and fear, the story of the tree that witnessed imagined fear and lived horror. It was autumn, and the trees were shedding their leaves like old memories, standing tall and patient in the ceremony of farewell. I walked slowly, watching the crimson and golden leaves blanket the sidewalk like forgetting confession. Then I stopped. A house dressed for Halloween had caught my eyes. Ghost seaweed in the wind like lost souls. Frankenstein, grinding green, waved in the wind like a misunderstood friend. And a vampire dripped blood from his fangs with theoretical means. I looked at the tree and closed my eyes. And suddenly, I was no longer in the quiet suburb. I was back in my homeland, where a child sat beneath a tree, not for play, but for refuge. He had seen his father murdered, his mother violated, and his brother torn into two like a page from a cursed book. He had closed his eyes, not to pretend, but to escape. He wished to open them to the sound of his mother's voice, telling him he had wet the bed to the comfort of a nightmare that could be undone with the hug. When he opened them, the nightmare remained. The red he touched was not paint, not candy, not custom. It was warm, sticky, and dripping from the body that had once held him close. And the tree, ancient and mute, was the only witness left to lean on. I opened my eyes again. The tree was still there, but here fear was a game. It ended with a giggle and a handful of a candy. If a child was frightened by the decoration, he would run to his parent, who would wrap him in warmth and whisper that it was all pretend. But the child beneath the tree in my country has no one left to run to. His fear is not seasonal. His terror does not end with trick or treat. And I screamed to the wind, stop the war in Sudan.
That is profound. It's profound and heartrending. And I think that it causes me to actually take a minute and think about what is happening to the children and the women and the people of Sudan as the world moves on. Yeah, it's a very difficult time to be watching and feeling as helpless as I feel. I feel the helplessness that is. Yeah, words fail me. I don't do a very good job at asking questions when things are so heavy and emotive, and especially when it's a concern for human life. So I stand with you and I stand with the people of Sudan. So this story, is it part of the book that you're writing, or tell me about it?
The book I am writing now. And by the way, I write some and I stay in a momentum of sadness and then I revisit
Yeah.
again. So this is why I will ask for help at the end of the show. The book I write, it's a title of From Nile to the Niagara.
Mm-hmm.
From the Nile to the Niagara.
Right.
Actually, it speaks about my own stories as a Muslim African lady
Mm-hmm.
who lost her husband, left her with 3 kids. Third of them was I was pregnant with him. So that woman, I will not indicate it as myself. Let me
Right.
easier to
Go ahead.
speak as third
About
person.
that. About
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that woman had to stop and rethink, rebuild her life. And she found that while helping others, supporting others, so she became human right advocator, women advocator. She became the comfort of women who survived raped, systematic raped, who survived conflict areas. People who found themselves, innocent people, found themselves in civil war they don't know about even their parties. So while she has her own inner battle, she stand up to have that battle for others. While the process, she discovered that healing does not only come within, it comes within, but comes within with the others.
That's right.
Whenever you support others, yes, to heal, you heal yourself as well. She
I hear
wasn't that
that.
time back home, she wasn't celebrating achievement because she feels like there is more to gain, there is more. So some kind
Mm-hmm.
of, while she's a daughter, while she's a advocate, while she's a mom, she
Right.
forget about herself meanwhile.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
So war happened. Yes.
Yes, I hear you. And I like the way that you put it. And you're talking about healing. Healing is a collective effort, or is it a community effort? You know, in Africa, we say, because you are. We believe in the philosophy of Ubuntu, that without me or without you, then I am nowhere to be found. I like that you actually
Yes.
expressed that quite well. So this book, when did you begin to write it?
I started it 2023
Uh-huh. While you are in Canada or while you were still in Sudan?
while I am in Canada. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, uh, I didn't think about writing it there.
Yeah, I know. I can imagine. I can imagine.
When I came to Canada,
Hmm.
the journey started on Sudan.
Right, right.
The moving in the humanitarian and the military plane, the
Hmm.
idea came because I
Hmm.
was so in pain between leaving my country, the land
Hmm.
I loved, the land I
Right.
wanted to die
Hmm.
on
Right.
or in,
Hmm.
felt so vulnerable, and I needed a thought to keep me going on.
Yes.
When I saw that on the military, we were all of us sitting down, and when I see
Hmm.
the long ride, 4 hours to
Right,
Djibouti,
right, right.
and people were sitting down, and one woman, she was very heavy and tired, her backbone, and her son, he changed his sitting to become a comfort chair for her.
Hmm.
He sit and he put her on him, on his chest, like changing roles,
Hmm.
because his use now can
Yes.
be serving her.
Right. Yeah. The son taking care of the
Yes,
mother like the mother had done before him. That's right.
yeah. And my son,
Hmm.
they went sleepy. It was very long day, and they went to sleep, and they were leaning
Leaning
toward
back. Yeah.
the next line,
Uh-huh.
and the person in the next line, they did not push, they hold.
Mm. Yeah.
It was a moment of awe,
I hear you.
sorrows, and the emotion of people united us.
Yeah. People, human nature
Yes,
is beautiful. When we don't see the things that divide us, we are beautiful creation. We tend to
beautiful.
rally
Yes.
together in support of one another in times of distress. And I'm in awe of you that you're going through such a crisis, and yet you can still see beauty in humanity. That is awesome. And I hope that you can bring all that out in your book, because then
And
it will be irresistible. I can't wait to read it. Yeah. So
that's the request I needed to
yeah.
find a
Right.
mentor that can keep me in my track, because
Mm-hmm.
emotion makes my hands cold and my heart beats, and like there is a sharp needle in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Mm-hmm.
talking about people I know, faces I love,
I know.
and land that I lived on. I wish I can hug.
I feel you.
I wish
I
if I
feel you.
can
Yeah.
hug the land, the whole Sudan.
Mm-hmm.
I wish if I can hug all the land with the people, with the animals, with the trees, to comfort them, to take their pain and sorrow. This
I
is
hear
what I
that.
feel.
I
Yeah.
hear that. I hear that. But writing, we say, is cathartic. But I am a writer too, so I would say
Mhm.
there's no other way to write. We need to feel. You have to feel what you're writing, because otherwise the story
Yes.
you're telling has no impact. So I love that you carry your emotions and you pour that out onto the page. And I would say, from one writer to another, that I would love to help in that journey. And I want to encourage you to keep writing, because these stories must be told. Otherwise,
Thank you.
how does the rest of the world know about us? How do they know about where we hurt if we don't tell our own
Yeah.
stories? So I'm glad that you're taking that
Yes.
initiative. Then I still must ask you the question then, who are you writing for? Who is your target audience for this book?
Let us see human with compassion, the
Mhm.
widest thing.
Right.
Immigrant, widowed, single moms, immigrant parents, because what we faced here is not that easy.
That's not easy.
Immigrant experts,
Mhm.
when they come and find themselves starting from zero,
Yeah.
that left them either for insanity or for becoming so firm to succeed again.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's not easy.
It's not easy.
My book, yes, is for people in Canada to listen to our stories that will reduce, that maybe it will loosen or ease in the policies
Mhm.
of work, because they will know how expert we are, and they will see that we suffer here to work in jobs
Mhm.
away from our expertise.
Yeah. 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 I hear
I
you. I
came
hear
to
you.
this country, I came to this
Mhm.
and applied for a lot of management positions. I didn't find. I was so optimistic. And then I applied for a housekeeper after 1 year. I started applying for a housekeeper in one of the biggest hotels in Hamilton. I am so proud because I said either I engage going out of my comfort of my house,
Mhm.
okay, and engage this community to know them and to let them know me, and to gain their experiences and to listen to their stories, or I will stay with the welfare,
Mhm.
isolating,
Mhm.
watching TVs,
Mhm.
living as a ghost. And this is not me.
I hear you.
Yeah. But even for that position,
Mhm.
I wasn't accepted.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
That is the story of a lot of us immigrants in Canada. I have met people. One time I sat in an Uber and I struck a conversation with this driver who tells me she is a lawyer. She has been one of the best lawyers in her country of origin. But since she's been here in Canada, she can't find work. She tried everything, even internship, teaching, nothing. So she said, I don't want to sit at home and, depend on welfare and die of hunger. So she's
Yes.
driving an Uber. So your
Yeah.
story is not unique. It's my story. It's a story of so many of us here. And
Yes.
I hear you when you say solution is found in understanding that what immigrants are bringing here into this country is value. And I don't know whether that enough of that conversation is happening. Do you believe that that kind of conversation is happening? And is it being listened to those that need to hear it?
It's happening. I attend conferences and I said it very loud. It's happening. But listen to? I don't know. That's a question. That's a gap. Because we can't see it. We can't see it. Canadian experience is so important here. Yeah. And the position I was in now, I gained it because I did voluntary work. So for the audience who listen to this, go for voluntary work. Gain that experience and try to apply again and again and again. Don't lose hope.
Yeah, I think it's very important, that message of persistence, hope, and faith, that your effort is going to be rewarded. Now, moving forward, tell me a little bit more about what you have done or what you are doing to help the people back home, the people in Sudan that are in desperate need of food, people who are in desperate need of support of any kind. Tell me what you're doing about that here in Canada.
Yes, we are in Hamilton. We have Sudanese Canadian League of Hamilton, and we came up as a league of an idea to support people of Sudan, because it's really, most of us we were talking about, we can't sleep. People dying of no medication, facing hunger, and we are here. So we thought that we should act. In our heritage in Sudan, we have what we say takaya. Takaya is a charitable kitchen. That to gain the equity to the community. So whoever doesn't have meal will join to have the same meal. Whoever have a simple meal can eat a luxurious meal. So all men take plates from their homes and offer it under the tree, so the whole community come and eat. So you don't know who brought what.
Nice. Yeah.
So I will not know if Wanga brought a chicken or a lamb, or me brought a lentil, or third person came empty-handed. So that's a tradition. And especially that happens if there is flood, if there is someone who wants to build a house. It happens in Ramadan, fasting month, especially in Ramadan, where everyone taking their food out to the street. So whoever didn't reach his house because of the transportation or work or anything, he doesn't reach his house, he will not be in a hurry because he can find any stranger and sit with them and eat.
Yeah. That's a very beautiful community support.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. Even my kids and I in Sudan, we were going to the street and providing dates and juice, small dates and juice for people who running to reach their houses on the main streets. I'm not talking about in side streets, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so it's like a traditional heritage who we grow it, planted in our kids. So they take it and plant it to their kids. So we were here in Canada and we were so guilt to survive.
Yeah, survivor's guilt. Yeah.
We are here in Canada and we have survivor guilt.
Yeah.
So we talked about that, and we gathered a group of 20 person, men and women, and we started what called Takaya, the traditional name. Takaya meant to fundraising for Sudan. We did activities among the Sudanese community themselves, so they will own it, they will have it, you know. So they came, they donate, and one of the very nice activity, we tried to replicate what happened in Sudan beside the Nile. Yeah. Last year's, women to the informal market. Yeah. To try to support their family's economy, to put their kids in that before the war, to put their kids in the school. So they start selling food and tea, and coffee.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I love to say before in Sudan, those women, they decorate the Nile like a black African woman who decorated with diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they coming to the Nile, sitting beside the Nile edge, and people come to buy from them Sudanese Donald,
Right.
ligemat,
Yeah.
and coffee, tea, hibiscus, and so
Right.
many other things, ginger, and groups of friends and lovers and whoever sat beside the Nile, having chat, finding comfort, releasing tension,
Right.
you know, and going back to their home. So here in Canada, in Hamilton,
Right.
one of the takaya is to replicate what's happening there in the Nile.
Oh, how
So
beautiful. Yeah.
we brought
Yeah.
I forget in English.
Okay. Yeah. What is it? Tell me in maybe I might
The
understand.
one, yeah, the one we make donuts.
You bring the dough or the paste?
The
You
dough.
bring the dough. Okay. Yes, you bring the dough.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes, despite the weather was cold,
Right.
we insisted to bring the dough,
Right.
the donut dough,
Yes.
and to make it front of the people. And we made, the milk with tea, which is so popular in Africa as masala
African
tea.
tea. Yes, masala tea. I'm making some today. Yes.
Yeah, I do every morning. I love it.
Right. Yeah.
So we made it front of them as to remind them that those women, they're suffering and we need to help. So we sold the Sudanese Donald, we sold the tea, we sold the coffee, we sold book, okay?
Right.
And even the design, the area design, we make it in circles.
Wow.
Yeah, we put it's so it's much like the Nile there.
Yeah.
We made
Teleported,
the chairs in
brought all the
circle.
way to Canada.
Yeah, and they felt it. And some women took cards and they started playing cards, and the kids gathered here and started playing, and other men starting doing some musical sounds.
Beautiful.
We
Now,
took them there. We took them to that places.
that is
And
beautiful.
we fundraised that night. It came to $1,060 plus 200 American dollars.
This is beautiful. Tell me, is this
Yes.
something that you're going to be doing often? Is it a series of events that you're going to
Yes.
be doing often? How often?
Takaya meant to be 2 months because we don't want people to get, especially working people, the groups work because they work after their works. Like after coming from work at 4, at 5, we came to prepare and plan for the event. So we didn't want them to get tired or to withdraw. So what happened that it's for 2 months. So Takaya itself now closed, but that did not mean that we are not going to do it. We will do it again and again and again. Yes.
Nice. So then you come together and you raise money. How do you make sure that this money gets to those that need it?
Yeah, because we who are, I want to say.
Those.
Yeah. So, So the money comes when the money come to us, every one of us go to a tekaya in different location and we verified that this tekaya is working. That charitable kitchen is working. And that area has IDBs and people who flee conflict. Okay?
Yeah.
We're verifying with photos, with videos, with testimonial. Okay?
Yeah.
After that, we send that money and then it comes to us and report by, I can provide you with all the evidence. It's so heart touching. Yeah. So we provided 9 locations. We sent 9 times for 9 locations. All of them, they lost their houses. No one is in their house or in his house or her house and going to bring some money, to some food or something. No,
Yeah.
they are
Yeah.
in the desert. Yeah. So it come back to us as a video testimonial, financial report of pictures of the raw materials they are going to work with. So the people there, they are so transparent.
This is beautiful story. So then the big question is, how can those of us listening to this, those of us in the comfort of relative safety in Canada, how can we help? What is your call to anyone listening who would like to help or participate? Yeah.
Participate with us. Participate because it's not only for Sudanese.
Yes.
We have friend who talk to her neighbors and talk to her friends, and they donated $1,000, 500. They did that. So be a person and one participate with $10.
Yeah.
So it's about participation to reduce pain in another human being you don't know, but you can
That's
feel.
right. That
You
is
can
right.
feel him
That is
or
right.
her. Yeah. So please, audience, as a Sudanese, I'm requesting you. Go for hashtag saying stop war in Sudan. Go for hashtag support humanitarian situation in Sudan. Go for hashtag that you can participate with us to send money to Sudan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Wanga, if you can share some videos and pictures about Takaya reports, the
Yes.
reports we had from them, I can share it with you.
Yes, yes, yes. This is one of the most profound interviews I have done lately, and I think that because I realize that a lot of times when we talk about issues in theory and then you put a face to it and everything changes. We're not talking about statistics here. We're talking about human beings. We're talking about people. And here you are. We can see you. We relate and we identify with you. And I think this is what we're trying to do as Freedom Speak International. We are saying that we have a platform. We want to bring voices. We want to bring to the mainstream voices that are seldom heard. Conversations that are not being had in the main arena. We are saying we want to bring your voices to the audiences, and we're going to broadcast what it is that we are saying and what we are doing, because there is power in unity. And I'm blown away by your effort and your sacrifice and your candid way of expressing how you feel and what you're doing about it. If there's anything else that you would like to say that you feel like we haven't talked about, that you feel needs to be said, this is your time. Go ahead and say it.
Yeah. It will be a message to
Go
the
ahead.
audience.
Yes.
Never give up, because always there is tomorrow, and there is sun will light your life. And by the sun, I will always say, is not only the sun on the sky, the sun inside you. It's a journey that to find the treasure inside you. And I found my treasure, and I'm still, by the way, through the hardship, through losing my beloved members, my beloved mom and friends and family.
Right.
Yes, I found a treasure, and I'm still looking for others inside me. The treasure I found in Canada, that's me, myself.
Right. Right.
And the treasure, I am so happy to have it that I surrender my will to God. I don't want to lose my mind because of the sorrow, but I need to be a better me.
I
And
hear
to
you.
have this, I have to surrender my will to greater.
The greater
And
purpose.
this is what, yes, greater purpose. This is why I will still, even in Canada, be the human rights advocate, and I will be looking for my Sudan and all the vulnerable people around the world, not even on Sudan. We need to be the voice for people who doesn't have voices.
Yes, yes, we do. That is a calling. So then, for the people, what would you say to the government of Canada, your host? No, I'm asking, what would you say to the government? What is your to the government of Canada that is hosting you among other refugees that are fleeing war and instability in their own countries?
Yeah. I will say to government of Canada that, first of all, thank you and I'm very appreciated. But that's not enough. There is other Sudanese here trying to bring their family members, and the laws and policies are so hard on them to bring them here to Canada. The price is very high. And even after bring them here to Canada, they are totally responsible for them. And this is make them even, they put them under a lot of pressure. And yeah, the other thing is humanitarian. I wish if the Canadian government can say it loud, stop war in Sudan. I wish, and I will request from government of Canada to support humanitarian situation in Sudan. They can and they will, and they did it with the Ukrainian, and they can do it to Sudanese. Sudanese suffer, and Canadian can help and support.
Yes. Thank you. I think there's no better point than that to leave it. Thank you for making the time. Thank you for being so articulate about the situation in Sudan and what exactly help looks like for you. So thank you. If you're listening to this podcast and you like what we are doing, support us. Find us on YouTube or on Spotify. I am your host, Wanja Gathu, saying goodbye for now. Bye now. Thank you.